Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Yolanda Hayes. I am a local realtor in North Carolina and I primarily service the Winston-Salem area. In addition to Winston-Salem, all of the surrounding cities such as Greensboro, High Point, Kernersville, Lexington, and even the Charlotte market. So if you are thinking about purchasing a home or selling a home in these areas, please make sure that you give me a call. I do want to go ahead before we get into this video to talk about a few things. I have a few announcements coming and I wanted to go ahead and share everything with you. So number one, I will be hosting a virtual master home buyer class on February the 10th. So make sure you go ahead and mark your calendar. We will be doing that at 10 a.m. Again, that will be a virtual online class via Zoom. Also, make sure you go ahead and join our Facebook group. I do have a home buyers club. Go ahead, I'm going to leave the link down below. Make sure you go ahead and get into that Facebook group. This is for North Carolina residents. So FYI, this is for North Carolina's residents because all the states have different laws, different regulations. I'm only licensed for North Carolina. So the home buyer class as well as the Facebook group is going to be for North Carolina residents. Last but not least, if you are thinking about relocating to North Carolina and you are, inquiring or want to know more about the cities like Charlotte, Raleigh, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, make sure you check out make sure you check out my other videos talking about before you move to Winston-Salem, what to expect when you move to Winston-Salem or even the surrounding area. So I will leave several videos up in the cards for you to go ahead and research, but feel free to contact me anytime if you have questions. Again, if you are thinking about relocating, I am available for consultations as well. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. I do have notes below, so if you guys see me looking down, I am reading my notes. So just to go ahead and get started, the very first thing that I want to talk about is the interest rates. Right now, the interest rates are dropping, guys. All of 2023, the interest rates have varied between 7% and 8%. Well, now they are under 7% and they are coming down. The federal government literally just announced that they will be bringing down the rates and the rates will be coming down throughout 2024. My question is, are you ready? There has been several home buyers sitting on the sideline just waiting for these rates to come down. So with that being said, I want to know, are you ready? Are you financially ready? Are you credit score ready? Okay, so that is the first thing that you want to think about. It's 2024. Are you ready to become a homeowner and are you prepared? When interest rates start to come down, that is going to bring out more buyers. Again, several have been sitting on the sidelines waiting. So bringing in more buyers will then bring in more competition. More competition then brings in higher prices. So that means we are going to be back in that 2020 range. Back in 2020 during COVID, people were literally lined up outside viewing the same home. It was so much competition. So when you have that much competition is going to cause bidding wars. So bidding wars is driving up the price every single time that you wait to buy. So the longer that you wait, the more competition is going to come into the market. It is about to be peak season, okay? Anytime that there is tax season, that is peak season. And the reason that is because a lot of people are getting their tax refunds. And getting their tax refunds, they're going to use that money as their down payment. So come March, that's when so many buyers come out. That is the beginning of the peak season for buying homes. The second thing that I want to talk about is asking as many questions as possible. Right now, this is the time to ask as many questions as you possibly can to your loan officer or to a realtor. The more information you know, the more you are prepared. So this is the time to go ahead, jot down those questions. No question is a stupid question, so please make sure that you are prepared. Some of the questions that you do want to ask is about the rates. Now that the rates are slowly coming down, and I'm just going to give you an example. Now that they're under 6% and it's predicted that they're going to start coming down, when you go to talk to a loan officer, you want to go ahead and say, hey, if I go ahead and lock in my rate and it's 6.5, while I'm in the process of closing on my house, if the rates come down even lower, if it comes down to 6, how do I get that 6? I don't want to be locked in at a 5% if I haven't closed on the house yet and now the rate is at 6. I want that 6. Make sure you are asking your loan officer those types of questions up front. How can you take your locked rate and move it over to the better rate? Also, you want to ask about down payment assistance. Just because you have the money for their down payment, because you do want to go ahead and save up about 20%, sometimes even 30%. Even if you have that type of money saved up towards your down payment, there may be a down payment assistance program that will actually help you out in the long run. Now, your loan officer will be able to tell you if having your own money or using a program is better for you financially. But still, make sure you ask that question. Are there any home buyer down payment assistance programs that will benefit me? That is a great question to ask up front so that you know your numbers and what you're working with. Another question that you want to ask is about tax advantages. Typically, when you purchase a home, you do either get a tax credit or some sort of tax benefit that you will need for your next time, the next year around that you're going to be filing your taxes on your home. So please make sure you ask those questions as well. A lot of people aren't asking enough questions. I'm not a loan officer. I am a realtor. The loan officer handles your finances. The realtor handles the actual property itself. So relying on your realtor to let you know all the finances is not good. You want to ask these questions to a loan officer, and you want to do this up front. And the third tip I want to talk about is knowing your market, knowing the area that you live in. I have several people watching my videos and they're not in North Carolina. I have more people that are outside of North Carolina watching my videos because they are planning to relocate here. You have to know this market, not your market where you live. And if you are living in North Carolina, the city that you are going to, you have to do your research. You have to do your own due diligence, because a lot of people are reaching out to me, contacting me, thinking that they can purchase a home here for, you know, $180,000. That is not realistic. That it's just not. What our average is, even in the Winston-Salem market, our average price of homes is around $320,000, okay? So you want to know the market before you come here. Please do not have unrealistic expectations when you are thinking about purchasing a home, even if you already live in the area. But if you're relocating from another area, you do have to break that thought process or that mindset of, well, I pay $800 in the city that I'm currently in, and you think you're going to come here thinking the same thing. That is just not the case. You have to understand that our state, the state of North Carolina, we have an NFL team. We have an NBA team. We have celebrities that live in this state. You have to understand that you have to pay for the cost of living. So make sure that you are prepared. The fourth topic I want to talk about is don't rush on buying a home. That's something that happened in 2020, and we have so many people that have buyer's remorse. I want you to take your time. I want you to think and really take your time. You don't want to be house poor. So you don't want to jump into a house that you really can't afford. So that's why back to, I think it was number two, back to number two, to ask as many questions as possible. You don't want to rush this particular process. So right here I have, during the pandemic, there was hundreds of people that were buying homes sight unseen. So if you are someone relocating to the area, you are coming in from Florida, you're coming in from Ohio, you're coming in from New York, New Jersey, any of those areas, you have got to find the time to fly in or drive in. You cannot purchase homes virtually, okay? There were so many people buying homes sight unseen, and then they had buyer's remorse. And guess who they blamed? The realtor. We always get blamed all the time. Anything goes bad with a real estate transaction, it is always the realtor's fault, and that's really not fair. You have to take time, you have to take some sort of accountability and some sort of responsibility to make sure you go ahead and drive into the area and drive around. Don't come here looking at homes. Focus on driving around. Make sure this is the city for you. Make sure it's the city for your family and your kids if you have children. So try your best to take the time to come in town before you purchase a home. During the pandemic, a lot of people were waiving their inspections, they were waiving their appraisals, they were overpaying for homes, $20,000, $30,000 over the appraisal amount. Some I know here in Winston-Salem, someone paid over $80,000 of the appraisal value. That is insane, okay? So do not rush. Take your time, because all they do, soon as you're upset, soon as you realize I made a mistake, they blame the realtor. So again, take your time. And the last thing that I want to talk about is considering pairing up with a friend or a family member, someone that you know is responsible, someone that you know that you can trust. What I want to say is, if you have two people or even three that are paying high rent, have you guys considered living together? Have you considered purchasing a home together? This is an investment. This does not mean it is long term. You can sell it and make a profit later, and you guys can split that profit. Even if you choose to go separate ways, 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, you can keep that property and make it an investment property or a rental property, and you guys gain off of the monthly rental income. So my question is, have you considered pairing up with a close friend or family member and having multiple generations in the home or friends in the home? Again, this needs to be someone that you can trust, someone that you like, and also just someone that you know is good people, because you don't want to get into a situation where, you know, they're not paying or anything like that. So with this, you know, uncertain economic times, having multiple incomes under one roof, y'all, they do this in Chicago, New York, New Jersey. You have to think about it like that. If you know that it may be a strain on you to, you know, have a mortgage on your own, think about pairing up with someone, or at least if one of you guys can qualify, you can still bring in basically a roommate situation and pay for the mortgage. I guarantee you, instead of you both paying over $2,000 a month in rent, your monthly bill, your monthly actual payment altogether for your mortgage is going to be $3,000. So if you're both paying $3,000, that's $1,500 a piece. You are saving money. So think about, you know, living with someone else. Okay guys, well, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. This is going to be my first 2024 video. So I hope it was very helpful. Please go ahead, leave a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to go ahead and join our Facebook group. Again, all the links are going to be below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.